Hello and welcome to an edition of Discover Trempealeau County. I'm your host, Rob Grover, and today we're joined by, or actually in the making, joined by the owner, Amy Brenengen. How are you, Amy?
I'm very good. Thank you for coming out to take a look at us today.
Oh, we're so excited. You know, we're taping this on a beautiful early May day.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, the weather is gorgeous. I know the guys were out a little earlier getting some incredible shots of us here in Trempealeau. We're down in the village of Trempealeau. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Amy, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us just a little bit about yourself, your background, that sort of thing, and then we can hop in and talk about in the making.
Sure. My name is Amy Brenengen. I'm a lifer of this community. I've been here forever.
Did you go to GET?
I did.
Back in the day,
Yes.
Trempealeau.
Yes.
Okay,
Trempealeau. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We won't say what year we graduated, but
exactly. Yeah.
But yes, from here. But no, we opened the shop here in 2019. So this summer actually will be our third birthday. So yeah, time really goes fast.
That's crazy. Yeah,
I know.
I remember when you opened. It seems like yesterday, but boy, you really have been around a while now.
Yeah, no, we're excited. You know, 2020 kind of took us for a loop, as did everybody, but everybody was super supportive. So we've just been able to keep trucking along, and hopefully we can keep trucking along for many more years.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll get back and talk a little bit about how you had to be nimble on your feet with the pandemic and all that, but before we go into it, like what inspired you to want to open up a place like this and maybe explain what this is, what In the Making is?
Sure. So In the Making came from kind of a small little idea of mine with my family, I guess. I have always been a maker. I like to craft and to do things. And so initially in starting the space, it was a place for, well, I should back up a little and say, like, my kids are sort of on the other side of needing me. I was home with them for a long time, and they were kind of on the other side of needing me. And so I was kind of trying to figure out what is it that I'm supposed to be doing here? And, you know, there's been a couple of gift shops that have kind of come and went throughout Trempealeau, but it's always something that I feel like when we are vacationing, we always look for those cute little places to stop, those fun places that we can find unique things. And so Trempealeau didn't really have that for a long time. So I thought, well, this space opened up and why not? I'm kind of not knowing what to do. What the heck? Let's open a shop.
I love that. That is so cool. Look, you wanted some way to probably, you know, put your creativity out there and refine a new passion. So you said, why not start a store? Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
As my kids would hear me say all the time, I'm one of those like, well, how hard can it be, right? Take it in small bites, jump in and see what happens.
Wow, that's really incredible.
So it began.
But you know, Amy, that's probably, and who knows if this makes the cut, but that's probably representative of kind of what you do. You not only offer great products, but I imagine a lot of folks just come in and say, tell me about Trempealeau.
Oh man, all the time. People are coming in here and wondering, what is there to do? Where can I find this? Where can I go eat? What are the cool places to see? Where are the good hikes to take? Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're always, that was not unusual.
Yep.
So kind of a full service shop that way, I guess.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And now I suppose you need to buy some key making equipment and start making
Apparently
keys,
I need
right?
keys.
That's so funny. So I want to go back a little bit. You said that, you know, you're a maker. What kind of stuff do you make?
Well, you know, it's funny. I have sort of always been kind of a putzer. So what is that saying? Like a jack of all trades and a master of none. Mm-hmm. That's kind of me. I find that I will do something until I kind of have it mastered, and then I move on to something different. So I've done everything from stained glass to woodworking to building furniture, just like a smattering of everything. And when I thought about opening the shop, I thought, oh, perfect. That will be a way that I can kind of keep my creative juices flowing. However, what I've learned is that the shop takes a lot of time. Mm-hmm. So I have found that I've become creative in other ways within my shop instead of necessarily building things and making things. It's being creative with how I present the shop and how I operate the shop and how I run it.
That's really interesting. And I imagine a lot of folks who are starting a business, whether it's here in Trempealeau County or somewhere else, they go in with that passion of the idea of what they want to do. But then what you said, the business side of it, that can be a challenge sometimes. Did you find that for yourself? I guess you alluded to it, but was it a real wake up from, hey, I've got this great idea, to how to do the business side of it? Tell us about that journey a little bit.
Well, honestly, I feel like we were moving right along pretty well until about year 2. I think year 2 smacked me in the face, and I went.
2020.
Which would have been 2020.
Which was a rough year.
Yes.
Which was a crazy year anyway.
Yes.
Yep.
And then I realized, oh man, I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so then I really just started digging into, finding coaches and finding programs and groups and things of like-minded, like-natured businesses that we can all tap in together and work together. So yeah, I've run into some really awesome, amazing groups that I've been able to connect with. And I don't know, we're here once. We learn, we never stop learning. Mm-hmm. And so I guess in a way, that's kind of like making. Like we just keep learning. I love that.
Yeah, in the making, and you're making it work.
That's right. Yes.
And I think you hit something on the head about Trempealeau County in this area. If you've got an ambition like starting and growing a business, there's a lot of great both formal resources, but just people in general are really willing to help each other out. It seems like, or form groups and share ideas. This idea of we're not all competing against each other, but a rising tide raises all ships.
Yes, absolutely. I think that especially when you're in a place like Trempealeau County where there's all these little cities and little towns along the way, mm-hmm. you have to work together. You have to encourage people to go here and go there and help this person and help that person. Helping each other makes us all better. Mm-hmm. And it makes it for a greater experience for people coming into the town too. So as well as our own community members.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit. You started talking about it, but 2020 comes, and for the viewers at home, I'm a business owner as well. Outside of my work, I do for Trempealeau County. Boy, challenging year. All of a sudden, you find yourself having to do things differently, change up how you operate. Tell us a little bit about that challenge, but I also tell us about maybe did it help you grow and learn some new things? I've heard a lot of businesses say, I'm doing something now that's really successful for me, and I'll keep doing it once the pandemic is totally done. Probably wouldn't have done that if COVID hadn't occurred.
As hard as COVID was for businesses, organizations, schools, people in general, I think sometimes unless we're forced to think outside of our box, it's hard for us to do that, just in general as population. And so I think 2020 presented a unique opportunity for people to be forced to think outside the box. If you wanted to survive, you had to do things differently. And that's not, though challenging, it's not always a bad thing. So I think, we've all learned how to reach people in new ways that maybe we weren't maybe utilizing before, or utilizing to the best of its potential before. Everyone had to shut down for a while. And so we ended up launching a program during that time, the Sending Smiles program, that was hugely successful. So thank you to everybody out there that supported us with Sending Smiles. But without a program like that, I don't know what we would have done. But it was the challenge of trying to think what could we do to help people get through this time, and yet make our business continue to move forward.
That's really cool. Yeah. And it seems like a lot of folks have done new and interesting things with social media as well that maybe they haven't done. Now, do you do live sales or anything like that? Or I know you have a lot of cool videos I've noticed on your page. We do some videos. We have started dabbling into the live space. Mm-hmm. I'm not just a huge social media person. Yeah. That's just not who I am. Mm-hmm. However, we have brought Kerrigan on now. She is more of the social media person. And I know people are always like, you do fine on there. And it's not a matter of whether I do fine. It's just, that's not my wheelhouse. Yeah. It's not where I'm comfortable. So we've started to do a little bit of those. But video, I think, has been a good way to connect with people, that they can still see you, know that you're a real person. Yeah. And I think people can connect to that, whether it's through a Facebook Live selling or them just seeing your face. I think is important. Well, I think you hit something on the head. I think people they want to know where they're buying something from these days. They want an authentic experience. And And boy, I think you also said this. People more than ever really are focused on local. And what's more local than a place like this in downtown Trempealeau?
Yeah, and honestly, for all of us little places, whether it be shops, restaurants, I mean, name that thing, we aren't able to survive without the support of our community members. And so for everybody that's been out supporting all of these little businesses, we really, really, really do appreciate you and thank you for that. Because you are who makes it continue to go.
Yeah. So you're talking about businesses coming together. I know you're very active in the Trempealeau Chamber that's down here, or you have been in the past.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
And a great group of organizations that work together. I want to point out. I don't know, guys. Maybe you can't turn your cameras. Oh, where'd they go? There they are. There's some really cool, and actually maybe they'll get some B footage of it later,
Sure,
but
yeah.
there's some really cool posters. You want to talk about those a little bit? They're locally made by a local artist.
Yes.
You can get them here and a few other locations.
Yes.
And the money raised helps go towards advertising, the village of Trempealeau, and the different tourism assets and things going on down here.
Yes. So a local artist, Ian, has developed those posters. He's done now 2 Seltzer series. One of them had all of the 4 different seasons.
Which I was able to get thanks to you. I was missing one of the seasons and you had it. So then I had my whole 4 collection.
However, you got lucky because everyone is now wanting the winter one, which there was only a limited release done on those. So they're gone. I don't even have one of the winter ones.
Man.
So that series is, though we still have them available, here and at several other locations, they've started a new series as well that has come out this year to start. We don't know how many are going to be in the series or when they're exactly coming out. But yeah, so those are all commissioned from the chamber by Ian to do those posters. And all of the funding for that goes back towards the chamber and promoting the town.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, Amy, I think people want to kind of see some of your products. So maybe we'll walk around a little bit and take a look at some of the really cool stuff you have in here.
Absolutely.
Let's do that.
Cool.
All right, Amy, so we're going to just walk around a little bit and look at some of your cool products. So I see you've got some footwear here, that sort of thing. I imagine a lot of people coming through Trempealeau, obviously, the village here, they're out hiking and walking and they need something comfortable to wear.
Yeah. We really try to have a little bit of something for everybody. And it, of course, changes throughout the year and throughout the seasons. But yeah, we've got everything from sandals to socks to...
Well, these are fun.
I know, aren't they?
Oh my gosh, all the cool stuff.
Rob might end up going home with some socks.
I might, yeah.
So yeah, from that kind of stuff to, he's still going.
I like the foxes.
Foxes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
To t-shirts.
So let's talk about these because actually these look like they're Trempealeau specific. And I should say, full disclosure, bought my shirt here from In the Making. It's getting a little, probably need to get a new one.
I know, that was a couple years ago that we did that one.
But it's held up well for me. So.
Yeah.
But this is neat. So yeah, you've got literally, some Trempealeau themed ones. Like how do you go about deciding, I guess, one, what you want to bring into your shop, and then, designing things like that? What's your process? Well,
so for our apparel, we actually do all the designing here. So we kind of, come up with maybe some things that people are talking about or people are asking about and kind of go from there. So for a lot of our apparel, we do our own designing. So all of these.
So you will, when you say we, do you sit down with?
Okay, I should say me and my family.
Okay. Well, yeah, 'cause I think people would really be interested in that process. Yeah, do you sit down with your family and say, hey, let's find something new that maybe, like you've got a Wisconsin one there with the cheese and the American flag or whatever it is,
Yeah, so I usually, am listening to what people have to say regarding maybe what they're looking for throughout the year. And then I will come up with some designs and I'll send them off to maybe my family and a couple of friends to see what everybody has to think about them. Do some tweaking on that. Maybe we don't want a boat here. Maybe we want something else. So we do some tweaking on what people are looking for until we finalize a design and hit go.
That's so cool.
So yeah, so we've got our own line, and then we did bring in a couple others made in Wisconsin too, not designed by us, but some other ones that are fun from other companies. And if those of you know or don't know,
Okay, we got to talk about this.
absolutely.
This is a whole nother Discover Trempealeau County show we'll probably do.
Yes,
but
it
speak
should
about this
be.
shirt here.
So for those of you that don't know, in Trempealeau, we have this Mothman. He's kind of like Bigfoot, except Mothman.
Yeah.
That supposedly lives out in the park and
Right,
various
Trempealeau Mountain,
places.
maybe, right?
Yes.
I thought maybe he lives on Trempealeau Mountain, which is out in the river, of course, for
Right.
you that don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, of course, I mean, he's here, so we have to have our own little Mothman
I
shirt
love
as
that.
well.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
need to get one of these. This will be my Halloween shirt. I wear.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah,
You scare
very
people.
Cool. You know what else you need? So there used to be the brewery here in town.
Yes.
Milk Choir Brewery. You need like a Milk Choir Brewery shirt.
That
Something
would
to
be
think about. I bet
fun.
people would buy that up.
Yeah, I bet they would too.
So I gotta think
Yeah.
your stuff that, and here we've got some more Trempealeau items.
Yep.
Your Trempealeau themed items probably are some of your most popular. You would think you get a lot of locals that are looking for that.
A lot of people coming in, they just want to take something home from where they came
Mm-hmm.
from. So the stickers are always super, super popular,
Yep.
inexpensive, and easy to take with people,
Yeah.
So those are good. And it really, anything that says Trempealeau, that people that come in, they want to just take something home. So,
Cool.
yeah.
And these must be
good.
the coordinates of the
They
village
are,
here. Actually, I think
yes.
that's on my shirt too. Yeah,
Yes, it is. Mhm.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. And I see you've got some mats here.
Some doormats,
Yeah,
for sure.
very cool.
For those people who are on the Great River Road, we do some, and I see our Wisconsin one is gone, but
Uh-oh.
we do some Great River Road maps as well of Wisconsin and Minnesota,
That's so cool.
and those are kind of fun too.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really neat. So then, like you said, a lot of your stuff, your mind's going, you're deciding how to create a shirt or something like that. I mean, there's so many options of, other items that you're going to bring in. I guess, how do you decide that? How do you decide, okay, we want to
Oh, man.
have cheese boards, or we want to, how do you pick your vendors? It must be really tough because there's so many great creative places to get
Yes.
cool things.
Honestly, that's probably one of the hardest choices is what to bring in, because there are so many cool things. I will say the one thing that we really strive for is stuff that's made in North America. So a lot of our stuff is made here. A lot of our stuff is, what's convenient for tourists to come in or for locals to have to look for. It's really nice in town to have a place that people can go to find gifts, that they don't have to go all the way into La Crosse or Winona for. So that's been really good too. But yeah, choosing what to bring in, oh man, we listen. Like I say, we listen
Yeah.
to what people are looking for. What holidays are coming up, or
Must be
what this or that is
experimenting too
coming.
a bit.
Absolutely.
Well, this sold well. We didn't know that it would, and we'll keep that in the
Yes.
shop.
And just when you think you have it figured out, you learn you don't.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, well, let's head over this way. So you've got some sunglasses, which I'm sure you get some people who forget their pair,
Yes.
when they're traveling or whatever. And
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
some great candles and all that.
Yeah.
Very nice. And I should say, well, when's Mother's Day? It's this
Sunday.
Sunday. Well, I don't think
Yeah.
this will play before this Sunday, probably, right, gentlemen? I don't think so. Okay, but Father's Day is down the road.
Yes.
And actually, I should mention that you do some really neat stuff. Mother's Day gets a lot of the attention, as it should. Moms save the world. You have done some cool Father's Day stuff in the past too that I've seen, like Guy Days or that. Am I right about that?
Yep, everybody's important. Yes,
Everyone's
moms are important, but dads are important too. So, we actually kind of split out the shop a little bit so that where you now see Mother's Day, we'll turn to Father's Day once that season rolls around and stuff too. So, we all need a little love. We all need to feel a little love. So, yeah.
A little love.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, Amy, one thing I want to go look at, and I'm excited that you have that. You've got a kind of a nice local beer selection.
Yes.
So maybe we'll
Leave it to you.
Well, I was just kind of it's that time of day when we're shooting this. I'm like, oh man, probably can't have one on screen, but So maybe let's go check out some of the drinks you have and the wonderful snacky
Absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah, actually, we've got a good food selection of which that's been pretty popular. So, yeah.
Awesome. Let's go check it out. All right, Amy, so here we are with some of your snacks and that sort of thing. What do you got over here?
Well, we have got a huge selection, a huge for a gift shop selection of food and treats and beverages. So we've got everything from tea that's made in Milwaukee to the Great American Pancake Company that's made in
America.
like Viroqua-ish area. Viroqua-ish area.
Okay, very good.
Along with the Beanese trees.
I love that.
Yes.
Beanese trees. So this
Syrup.
is bourbon
syrup.
barrel-aged maple syrup. Oh my god.
Yes.
So where does this come from? Beanese.
That comes from the same area as the Pancake Company, so in the Viroqua area. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yep.
And one of my favorite breakfast drinks. You've got
Bloody
some
Mary
Bloody
mix.
Mary mix here.
That is like
that.
super duper Bloody Mary mix too.
Really?
So, yep.
Wait, what do you mean by super duper? Bloody Mary?
You should probably try some.
I probably will. I'll probably have to leave with a bottle or two. But very
So
nice.
yes, and then we've got coffee and granola and shrub, candy, crackers.
Well, and talking about local, I see you've got Wildwood products, and those are from right here in Trempealeau,
Yeah,
right?
right down the next block. Yeah,
That's really cool.
Right down the next block. Soups and dips, and those are always super popular if people are in town and want something to take home from local. For sure,
Yeah.
Those are good.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Because they've been around for a long time.
Very
And
long
like I say,
time.
just down the street in a little
Yep.
building here on Main Street.
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool. Awesome.
So,
and then
yeah.
coming down this way, probably
This is where you were looking for.
kind of what I've been focused on is your really cool craft beer selection. And now, do you have beer and wine or just beer?
Beer and wine.
Beer and wine. Maybe I meant, of course, you've got
Yes.
wine. It's right here.
Yes.
So yeah, tell us just about some of the beers and wine you have. And I know you do tastings here as well.
We do.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
I know you had to kick me out once. I just kept coming back for the tasting. And
That's the way it is
maybe you could buy
sometimes,
something
right?
too, Rob.
Here,
No,
take
that
your
didn't
six-pack.
happen.
No,
I'm just
it didn't. It really didn't.
No.
No, we've got Sand Creek Brewery here, and that's been super popular. That's in Black River Falls. But yes, we do Sand Creek beer sampling. Jay comes down every now and again to do sampling. We love when he comes.
Yes, he's fun.
So we try to get that posted on our site so people know that it's there. We've got Grey Duck. Have you heard of Grey Duck?
No, I
So
haven't.
it's a hard seltzer. But you know that little area in Minnesota that they don't do duck, duck, goose?
Yes, they do. What's it?
Duck, duck, gray duck.
Duck, duck, gray duck. Yeah.
So we've got some of their hard seltzer.
I love that. So cool. Okay.
So that's kind of in the
that's
middle.
popular now, isn't it?
It's
the hard
very
seltzer.
popular, yeah.
Yeah, it's exploded, and like everyone makes a hard seltzer now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had the beer and the wine, and decided we needed to do a little seltzer too.
Yep.
But yeah, we do have wine from Elmaro, which it looks like we need to up our supply there because it looks like we're out.
Well, there you go. Very nice.
So
And
Elmaro and Ten Ridge.
oh, very good. And they're both Trempealeau County wineries.
They
which
are.
Maybe we'll get to on an episode Discover Trempealeau
Yes.
County. We definitely should. And Elmaro actually, a less than a 10-minute drive from here.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very nice, Amy.
Yes.
Awesome. We really have like a diversity of things in your shop here.
We really tried to, like I was saying, because we've got the flower shop.
You have the flower shop?
Nope, Lois
Oh.
Lois has got the flower shop, but there's the flower shop in
village
town.
Has the Trump,
Yeah.
or it has the flower shop. Yep.
And so we just thought, it'd be fun to bring in something. We really tried for a little bit of everything, for a little bit of everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
very
think we
cool.
did a good job there.
So how do you balance? I imagine obviously your busy time of year is probably really starting up now through the fall colors, probably mid to late October, that sort of thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would say really from about probably June through December. Really, we've got our quiet months. Like September is usually kind of quiet, but other than that, really goes pretty good through the end of the year.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
But you do stay open in the winter months as well?
We stay open in the winter months. We do usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, January, February, March. And then I think mid-April here we open to 6 days, and we'll carry those through the end of the year.
That's really cool. So Amy, another aspect of the business here is you've got upstairs a really cool Airbnb option for
Yes,
people to
we
consider.
do.
Because, Trempealeau is probably, again, in those months you mentioned about when it's busy, it's one of the most popular places for, I think, along the Great River Road for people to come and visit and enjoy the great outdoor rec opportunities we have, or maybe hang out for a concert at the Trempealeau Hotel,
Yes.
or you can do some kayaking or biking or whatever it may be. So
Yep.
maybe we should go check out that space.
We sure can.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
All right. so we're actually upstairs, Amy, right?
Right.
So you got in the making downstairs, and then the Airbnb you have is up here.
Right.
And I was just saying, like, I'm sure it's nice inside, but I don't care what it looks like in there, because, like, look at this.
It is beautiful.
Is incredible.
Yes, it's beautiful, and being able to sit up here while maybe the Trempealeau Hotel has got music playing or there's stuff going on in town. Beautiful.
All right, Amy, put you on the spot. Tell us some of the little businesses right here that we can kind of see from the view. You've got in on the river.
Yep, straight ahead of us is the Trempealeau Hotel. To the right-hand side, on the other side of the street, is in on the river. Wildwood Specialty Foods, they actually do the soup and the dips that we were looking at downstairs
With
the purple awnings.
There, yep.
Yep. And then moving up, actually straight across from us, is
You get a glimpse of it there.
Yep, just a little glimpse is the sandwich shop and the ice cream shop.
You can maybe see the caboose. I'm not sure if the shot's getting it, but yeah, I think they do the ice cream's out of the caboose there,
Right.
and then you can get a sandwich and your bike repaired over at the shop.
That's right.
And you got an attorney shop, and then this gorgeous building, which I think is just storage right now, but
Yeah, it is just storage.
It's just that gorgeous building. So, I mean, my gosh, what?
It's beautiful.
Again, this would be the perfect place in the summer or any time of year.
Yes.
Just to hang out and enjoy the beauty of Trempealeau County. And
I've actually threatened to not go home.
Yeah.
You can catch me here in the morning.
Exactly. And then for folks that don't know, obviously the Mississippi River is right there.
Right.
And that's Minnesota.
It
over
is.
there. So we really are at the southernmost part of Trempealeau County right now.
Yes, we are.
And then, just to let folks know too, just down the road, a mile is Perot State Park, which is hundreds of acres of incredible
Absolutely.
walking trails and everything. And the National Wildlife Refuge is a couple
Just
miles
keep going.
from that.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could spend all day out here, and if I had a few beers, I probably would.
I know,
but
yeah.
maybe we should go look inside, and
We
so
can
when
do
folks
that.
come to visit to see what the
See what's there.
accommodations are like.
Absolutely.
All right, so now we're inside. We went from that beautiful view where you could see all of gorgeous Trempealeau. Just, I guess, walking through the Airbnb a little bit. Boy, it looks very fresh. And did you purchase it like this? Have you done a lot of work to kind of fix it up here, or
We actually pretty much purchased it like this. We obviously furnished it, most of it, but no, it was pretty much like this. The previous owner kept it in tip-top shape, so we were lucky in that respect too. He really loved it here as well, so yeah, it's just been a good spot.
Cool.
So yeah,
You got a bedroom there.
we've got one bedroom.
Very good.
I can turn the light on for you there.
Some storage here.
Yes.
Oh wow! And then it really opens up.
Yep, we
That's
walk
so cool.
into the kitchen and right into the living area or the living space. So yeah.
Wow, this is one. I love the open space up here. That's so.
And then
cool.
you have to take a look through the corner window. Because just as beautiful as that view is out there, is here, and it's right through town.
Oh,
so
wow.
right down the main street.
That's so cool. You can see right to the river.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many people, like, when you rent this out, do you have like limits really, or how many people do you think comfortably could stay here? And I guess you could, college kids, like 50 of them could stay here and be comfortable.
Hey,
Though you
hey,
don't want
hey,
that,
We have it for four. So there's
Four,
a
okay.
queen bedroom in the bedroom, a bed, and then this sofa actually pulls out to another queen bed.
Okay.
So basically 2 queen beds. Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You got more of the
posters.
The Trempealeau posters.
Yes.
Which is so cool. But
Absolutely.
Amy, this is really incredible up here.
It's beautiful space.
Are you pretty busy? You book up for a lot of the year? Or?
So we just purchased this and turned it into an Airbnb last September or October maybe. So
it was a residence before that. Someone lived up here.
yes, yep. And so winter, of course, in Trempealeau is kind of quiet anyway.
Yep.
But really, I think December it was completely booked. March, a lot of March was booked. April, and we're into May already. So, and I think all May, our weekends are booked. We've still got some weeks open in May, but the weekends are all gone, and June is booked. So yeah, I mean, I would say people are finding it, so that's good.
So people watching this, which may be watching it, later this month in May and that sort of thing, probably still lots of openings for, maybe July and August.
And into the fall.
Into the fall.
Yeah.
'Cause fall is huge.
It's beautiful.
Here in Trempealeau County because the colors start setting in. And again, I'm sure they got some great footage of the hills. When those hills start changing colors,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a time to be up here.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Drinking some local wine or beer, watching the colors, listening to some music.
Yes.
Man,
yes.
oh man, sounds pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah. I know. Everybody that we've had so far, they're like, when can we come back?
So if someone wants to book, is it just Airbnb? Is that's
yes.
what you go to? You search Trempealeau?
If you go to Airbnb, you can search Trempealeau, or you can search Small Town Vibes is what we've called it, and in Trempealeau. And yeah, we should come up under there.
Small Town Vibes.
Yeah.
And Vibes, you've got the guitar on the walls. That kind of adds to the vibe feel.
Yes, my daughter just left that up here the other day.
That's cool. Was it kind of nerve-wracking to open up the space to strangers? You know, you already have the one business down there, and then being sort of, running a place where you've got different people coming in, having to worry about, are they going to take care of things and this and that. Being an entrepreneur, was that kind of nerve-wracking, or were you like, let's give it a shot and see where it goes?
No, honestly, that is nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
My husband and I actually had two completely different views on what we wanted to do up here. He wanted to rent it out as an apartment. And I just wasn't comfortable with that part. And so we thought we're going to try the Airbnb route and see what happens. But yeah, with different people coming in every weekend or every week, you don't know what you're going to get. Yeah. So we've been lucky so far, and hopefully we can continue to be lucky that way so that we can keep it going as an Airbnb.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And you mentioned how you guys were renting the building before, and you did just buy it.
Yes.
And that is a huge leap of faith, but you must really feel like, boy, Village of Trempealeau, that's where you want to be. You see a lot of opportunity here. You see long term that you're going to continue, and knock on wood, have a lot of success.
Yeah, I know. We actually had kind of decided we were going to buy this just before COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and we thought, oh dear Lord, what did we do? But it's all a leap of faith.
Yeah.
And so I love Trempealeau. It is just absolutely gorgeous here. And I was afraid if we didn't buy it, you don't know what happens.
Yeah.
What happens to it?
Well,
so I wanted to keep it.
You hit it on the head. One thing Trempealeau County is lucky to have is a lot of downtowns that have buildings with pretty good occupancy, and they've got good commercial space. But you're right. I mean, if the right person doesn't own the building, it could all just be apartments, or it could be another business that, though is a good business, doesn't drive in foot traffic like you guys do. So just really cool to see that, one, you're doing it for, you see it as a good investment for yourselves, but a lot of credit goes to people like you guys who are adding to the economic vitality of places here in Trempealeau County. Because without the creatives that are willing to take that risk, have a downtown building, maintain it, and put a business into it, our downtowns and rural areas really, really suffer.
No, you're absolutely right. In fact, that was one of the things we had talked about. If we don't buy it, you don't know who comes in. Maybe you get to stay as your business, and maybe you don't. Maybe they have other vision for it, and it no longer is a gift shop. Maybe it is whatever their vision is. Not that that's right or wrong. In order to secure our space and our sort of investment into the community, we jumped.
That's so cool.
How hard can it be?
Yeah, right? Nothing ventured,
oh man, have I learned some things through that.
There you go. Well, Amy, maybe we'll go back downstairs, just go out front and, kind of wrap things up.
Sounds perfect.
All right, Amy. Well, boy, we have had so much fun today. Looking around in the making.
Well, thank you guys for coming out.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We got to see the store. We got to see the Airbnb upstairs.
Yes.
Pretty incredible. I guess anything you want to leave us with before we head out today? What are your general hours?
Oh, sure. So summertime here, we are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday 9 to 6, and Sundays 11 to 3. We're closed on Wednesdays. We also got our online shop if anybody is interested in maybe not even necessarily buying, but maybe they just kind of want to see what we've got. You can check out inthemakingtremp.com. We've got most of our selection on there as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you're on Facebook as well?
On Facebook
you do Instagram and that? Very
Facebook
nice.
and Instagram, In the Making on Main.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, Amy, again, thank you so much. I'm Rob Grover. This is another edition of Discover Trempealeau County. And join us next time when we'll discover more of Trempealeau County.